Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is One of One, but you can call me Seven. And today we're going to talk about Hi-Fi Rush. It just sort of burst onto the scene because it was shadow dropped, and I've been playing it on the channel for a little bit now, and I just wanted to take some time, mayhaps 7 minutes, to talk about it a little bit because I'm really enjoying it, and I think it's a really good example of what games today can strive towards. Because it's finished. But anyway, besides that, I've got 7 distinct reasons why Hi-Fi Rush is so good. They're nothing special, they're nothing revolutionary, but it's just talking about the different aspects of the game that I think make it the hit that it is. The game gives you an incentive to stay on the beat while not forcing you to do so. The rhythm game genre is, it's a simple concept, right? You have music and you have to hit things on the beat, like, you know, as old as like Guitar Hero. The way Hi-Fi Rush sets itself apart is that you should stay on the beat because you get damage bonuses, but that's all they are. It's just damage bonuses. You don't have to enjoy the game. In other rhythm games I've played, like Rhythm Doctor or the Persona Dancing series or Unbeatable, you stay on the beat to finish the stage. You have to. There's nothing else to do but do that. But in Hi-Fi Rush, you stay on the beat to look cool and stylish, but at the end of the day, as long as you defeat the enemies and you come out on top not having died a million times, like I did, you're fine. You get through, you get to experience the story, you get to experience the gameplay, and you're done. It's great. Now let's talk about the art style, okay? Tango Gameworks is a relatively young game studio. They're based out of Japan, and their other games are not like Hi-Fi Rush. You have Tokyo Ghostwire and The Evil Within. They're not anything even remotely close to the charming comic book style that we've come to expect from Hi-Fi Rush. In my opinion, it's a breath of fresh air compared to the games that we've been getting lately. Do you guys remember when Into the Spider-Verse came out? I don't even remember what year it was. Years mean nothing to me at this point, but when Into the Spider-Verse came out and it was doing this whole comic book, punchy, colorful 2D, 3D type beat, it was the internet was abuzz about it, and you know, it helped the movie receive rave reviews. I kind of felt that way when I was getting through Hi-Fi Rush. When I finally actually got to play it, when I decided to start doing it for the channel, it was crazy seeing the animation and all of it. I was floored and wowed, and I thought it was so cool. 2D, 3D isn't a new thing, or like 2.5D if you want to call it that. But it's still really neat to see it in a dynamic comic book style. The characters. I mean, how can you not love these guys? They have an adorable RoboCat mascot who's not annoying and is adorable in every sense of the word, but also super duper cool and like has an actual attitude. And seriously, not only are their designs top tier, but they've got some grade A character development as well. Chai and Peppermint have great individual character arcs. A lot of it is very back heavy because the beginning of the game is sort of us getting our footing and getting to meet the characters, but they undergo some pretty great change, and it's really nice to see. And then as a team, as a whole, as a unit, they undergo some character development as well, the whole crew. I think it is just the right amount of lore, personality, conflict, adversity, to keep you hooked, but not actually drive you insane. The game doesn't overdo it, and the fact that it sort of toes that line and just walks on it, I think is really special for a game of this nature. Now, I'm not going to spend that much time talking about the game mechanics because you guys sort of get it. It's a beat 'em up that's also on the beat, but for me, the big thing that I like in the game is the progression. I think it's really smooth, it's really streamlined, and then the whole idea that all of these achievements that you can get are just one big mural on the wall in your home base. That's so neat. That really brings me back to when a lot of games necessarily weren't on Steam or weren't releasing on Steam, and they kept track of achievements by themselves. They had a mechanic in-game, something that the developers created or the artists created to commemorate the work that you'd put into it. Because achievement hunting, at least for me, is really fun and really fulfilling. And I'm crazy like that because I need to hunt them down. Then you have costumes and additional attacks and health bars and reverb gauges and all of this stuff that you can spend the extra money that you get. And there's even a bit of a post-game and a Devil May Cry-esque rhythm tower where it's like a bunch of different fights and then a boss rush. I guess a boss rush interspersed with fights, or increasing difficulty for fights, but it's so good. As for the music, I think that the biggest thing for me is that they created a streamer mode. Like, that's really considerate. That is really considerate of them. Now, Sure, you could argue, yeah, it's a music-based game. They should really have a streamer mode. I found the streamer mode, the fact that they made originals for everything so that we can safely put up content about the game, that's crazy cool. I was delighted when I opened up the menu for the first time and saw that. Another reason Hi-Fi Rush is so good is that I think it's because it was shadow dropped, okay? This game definitely deserved a prolonged advertising campaign, but the fact that it didn't get it subverted so many people's expectations. Nobody knew what to expect going into it because it was announced, what? Technically, I think it was announced 3 days before it was released, but I mean, you know, basically people found out about it the day that it dropped. And it was just so delightful to hop in and not know what was going on. So congratulations to Tango Gameworks, to Bethesda, and to Xbox, because like, good for you guys, a first-party title that actually did really, really well. It's a good start to your 2023, I'd say. And finally, the plot. Is it super innovative and groundbreaking, the way that they did the storytelling and the actual writing? No, not really, but does it complement the cast of characters and do a good job of sort of conveying the vibe of the game and filling out the world that they drew and created for us to look at? Yes, it might be predictable and it has all the twists and turns that you might expect. It works for what the game is supposed to be, because it doesn't need to be super complex. It doesn't need to be super deep. Sometimes simple is better, and this is a prime example of that. By the time I completely finished all the stages for the first time, I felt satisfied. I felt like I'd wrapped everything up all neat and tidy and I felt like the 28 hours that I'd invested into the game up to that point were not wasted. Not at all. In fact, it felt like 28 hours very well spent. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I definitely did. And I'll see you guys in the next video, so for now, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye!